Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 25, working on a 302 and a C4, C5 trans into a 67 Falcon. I did a lot of internet and YouTube searching yesterday, and I saw a nice video by Jay at Broader Performance about the whole 2-3 shift flare thing, and he explains it by showing you the factory circuit diagram of how the fluid flows through the trans and what happens. And he said that if you put an R servo in there, it should help, if not cure it. So I looked in the pile of parts I got from a friend that had gave me all the C4 stuff. I actually bought the stuff, tools and parts, and lo and behold, there was an R servo in there. I already took it apart, which is simple. You just pull right out of here. And I put a new O-ring seal on there, because the seal kit that I bought had seals for many different servos. And I wasn't using this R1, so it fits right in there now. And I got other servos that I could try. I have an A, a B, an H, and an O. I think the O is in there now. Yes, the O is in there. That came with the C5. So I'm going to shove this in there. To get it in, I'm going to have to jack the car up, probably take off the exhaust on the passenger side to gain access to putting that in. I don't think I'll have to drain the fluid. I believe the way to do it would be to tighten up the band, intermediate band, and then that'll keep the band from falling down inside the transmission. Change the servo and then adjust the band. That was another thing I was reading and seeing. Like with the fine thread C5 band adjustment, you turn the center screw in 10 foot-pounds and back it out 4 1/4 turns. A lot of people are saying that you don't need 4 1/4. Try, like 3 1/4 or 3 1/2, or turn it in some, like a quarter at a time. And so I'm going to try doing stuff like that too. But standing around here talking isn't going to get anything done, so I got to get to work. I'm going to try to show you where I'm working. On the passenger side of the trans, I pulled the old servo out right here. Reusing the spring, got the new servo, new to me servo, R servo, going in there. Now there's a strong spring you have to push against, get 4 bolts in there. Now you can pry against the tunnel, push it in, but as you can see, it's going to want to spin on you. Tip and trick: put a couple alignment pins. These are just longer bolts that I cut the heads off. If I stick them in opposite corners, like that, when I pry against it, it's going to slide in along those pins, and then I can hold it with the screwdriver, get a couple bolts in place, and then take the pins out. It's a strong spring, plus you gotta compress this O-ring to get it in that groove, or in the cylinder, in the bore, actually. And that doesn't want to go. There we go. Gotta go in more than that to get the bolts on. I think I'm gonna have to get myself a different pry bar. Yeah, let me get something longer, easier to hold on to than that. Okay. Well, that's prying pretty hard, and it didn't pop in there. Maybe I better compare these two. Make sure the spring's in the right spot first there. I'll say I was going to compare the two servos and make sure that this R will actually go in this case. I think the spring might have been out of position. Feels a little better now. Still doesn't want to go in though. And those bolts are too short to pull it in. Alright, I'm going to have to pull it out and do some comparing with the one I just pulled out of there. Figure out why it won't go in. Well, another thing, this slot has to line up with whatever's in the trans. I might have had that 90 degrees off. Well, let's try it again. I turned that little doohickey. So, looks like it went in position that time though. Yeah, I think I got it. So I think I'm going to tighten these down and then adjust the band. Alright. I'll put this trans line back on before I start it. That'd be a hell of a mess. Possibly in. I think so. It's turning and going in, and it's not hard to do, so I got it, folks. I'm using an open end now, but I'm going to snug it up with a flare nut wrench. You know, it's this thing where you can slide it over the line on the nut and then tighten it. Now I switch wrenches. All right, that's tight. Now, put the fluid back in that I drained out. Maybe I should play with the band adjustment first. Well, I would have to because I can't operate the trans like it is. I had to turn the band adjustment in all the way to hold it in position for changing this. So now I have to move it back to where it was. And that's, of course, on the other side of the car. Thought I'd show you what I do on the trans fluid that I drain out. I have a container, cut the bottom off, runs down through a regular old fuel filter into a jug. And then I just pour the fluid I drained out into there. And that fuel filter is going to strain out any grit or sand or crud that gets into the fluid as I drain it out of the trans. It probably isn't filtering much particle content out of the fluid, but it is filtering out sand and grit. And I take the freshly filtered fluid, dump it right back in. This is what I drained out, so I should be able to pour it all in there with no problem. Time to start it up, put it in gear, and see if it works. The noise canceling microphone makes it sound really weird, but it's actually running fine. All right, it went in the third. Okay, so now I'm going to have to put the exhaust on and go for a test ride. I'm back from my test drive. It works. I think the R servo fixed it. It shifts 1 to 2 better. It's not a snap tire chirper yet, but you can probably adjust the modulator for that. The shift 1-2 is a lot firmer. It's just like it should be. It's not slow. 2.3 seems fine, and I'm happy. So that's going to be the end of episode or part 25. Dan's Messy Garage, putting a 302 and a C4, C5 trans in a 67 Falcon. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned to my channel for other projects and videos. Bye.